Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mark from Northwest Bourbon. Thank you for joining me for another new month. It's already March of 2026. And what we do is the first Saturday of each month, we do a Veterans Whiskey Club live stream. So if this is your first time here, know that the Veterans Whiskey Club is a part of Warriors and Whiskey. The link to their website, their Instagram, all that is in the comments. If you check out their Facebook group, you're looking at like over 40,000 veterans worldwide, all in one group. And so if you are a veteran or if you know a veteran who needs a community, people to talk to, people to hang out with, let them know to link up with Warriors and Whiskey. They are a great group of veterans who wanted to make a place to where veterans could get together and hang out. The Veterans Whiskey Club is specifically for the Veterans Whiskey Club, the Facebook group. And I am a brand ambassador. I do a monthly live stream here on YouTube. And we talk about military history that happens in whichever month that we're doing, in this month being the month of March. We honor the fallen. We raise a glass with veteran-owned whiskey. And every month I highlight a different veteran-owned whiskey. That way, all of you guys out there can know about these great veterans that make whiskey and help put them in the spotlight and get their name out there. That way, if you don't know of a good veteran-owned whiskey to drink, just check out some episodes of previous podcasts that we've done here at the Veterans Whiskey Club, because this is, hold on, let me get my handy-dandy notebook. This is episode 35. So we have done 35 different veteran-owned whiskey bottles on this show. So you guys have no excuse in not knowing where a good veteran-owned whiskey is. All right, so moving on past the introduction. Here we offer a structured show for those of you that are no longer in the military, or maybe you're still in the military, or maybe you're just a proud supporter of the military. It's a very structured show. That way, you get that sense of camaraderie and structure and routine things. You know exactly what to expect. Every month when you log on here, you know exactly what to expect. We're going to raise a glass of veteran-owned whiskey. We are going to honor the fallen. We're going to share some great stories of some straight-up heroic acts by some legendary men that you should already know the stories. But since these kind of stories aren't taught in schools or anything like that, like Medal of Honor recipients and whatnot, the only way we can know about them is by people sharing them. We're also going to talk about current military events, and there is a lot going on in the world right now concerning current military events. So we've got a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about. Lots of people in the chat already. The Rye guy, Torp was here. Charles, good to see you guys. Orlando was here. Dave was here. Probably still is. Let's freaking go. Absolutely. West Virginia bourbon guy. He was on earlier tonight. Thanks for sending people over. Raging Cajuns in the house. Corey's here. Dennis is here. Love seeing all you guys showing up, hanging out, ready to hang out. And also, if you look in the chat, I was just scrolling through the chat so people watching live know that I see them, I acknowledge them. I'm glad that you guys are here. Also, there is in the chat, there is a poll. So everybody vote on which branch you are representing tonight, because at the end of the live stream, we're going to close out the poll and see which branch represented the strongest. And it's been some back and forth the last few months with Navy and Army, Navy, Marines, and Army, kind of going back and forth who's on top. I'd love to see Air Force or other countries' military get on top, but those are the four categories broken down. The reason why I don't have them broken down more specifically is because I cannot do a poll on YouTube with more than four different things you can vote on. I can only have four things you can vote on. That's why Army and Coast Guard are together, Navy, Marines are together, Air Force, Space Force are together, and I have to have a slot for other countries' military, because we, as coalition forces, know that there's a lot of other forces out there fighting that good fight, and this is a place for all of us to come together and drink together. So cheers to all you guys. I just want to say thank you for being here. So vote in the poll. Make sure you vote in the poll. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to copy the link, hold on, and put it in the chat. That way other people can jump on screen and join me, because you guys certainly don't want to hear me just sitting here monologuing all night, right? What's up, Gandy Road? Good to see you, Ron. Eric, start that water timer, my friend. Every 10 minutes, remember to drink some water. So just like the drill sergeants used to do in basic training, yell out, drink water, and make sure you're hydrating. Make sure you're drinking as much water as you're drinking whiskey, right? DUI Prevention Task Force. We are not drinking alone. We are not drinking and driving. We are drinking with each other in the safety of our homes. Own homes. Gotta make sure you're drinking water. Goodness gracious. Let's get this road on the show. Let's go. Andy Road. All these great people in the chat. Good to see you. James Morgan from across the pond. Hope everything's going well over there. Hope. The shit show supervisor. It's good to see you, my friend. Scotty's here. Good to see you, Scotty. Tim is here. What's up, bud? Mike is popping knees like he's popping bottles. Roger that, Matt. Roger that. Yeah, I saw he was giving a tour of his bar earlier. Very cool. Very cool. Jen Clifton is in the house. What's happening? All right, so moving right along. You guys want to know what the Veteran Whiskey of the Month is, because like I said, every single month I showcase a different bottle. I want to put a different whiskey brand into the spotlight. This month is Nashville Barrel Company, and the specific bottle is a pick from Dusty Dan. Dusty Dan is a Marine. He is a friend of mine. That is him on the back. He did this single barrel pick with Nashville Barrel Company. If you don't know Nashville Barrel Company, then you should know it's two guys who started this together. And one of them was I think he was a Submariner. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he was a Submariner for 5 years. So this is our veteran-owned whiskey of the month. So if you don't have anything from Nashville Barrel Company, make sure you pick something up from them. They are doing good stuff over there. Cheers. And this is our veteran-owned whiskey of the month. I'm going to put that on the board here in a minute. Let's just put this behind me so it's out of the way. So no. Cheers, everybody. Whoa. Oh, that's good. Lots of dark syrupy notes. Tobacco. A little, even in like a hint of coffee. Nice, great dark oak presence. Vanilla, caramels, all the good typical bourbons. Just everything you want from a good bourbon. And this one is 120.34 proof. So it's 01234. 12034. That's what I said. Verbal typo. Strike that. Moving right along. Cheers, peeps. Good to see you. Water timer is set and operational. Roger, good copy. Carry on. Cheers, all. Working nonsense. Hey, Wyatt, thank you very much. He is a local law enforcement in my county that I live in. So, Wyatt, good dude. Cowboy Whiskey Adventures. If you get a chance to drop a sub, he is a legit, works with Pierce County Sheriff. Great dude. I'm running late. No worries. But I'm here for the first time. Roger that. Thank you for being here. If you are a veteran or have veteran friends that need people to drink with, in the video description, there are links to the Warriors and Whiskey website, their Instagram. Make sure you hook up with them. Also, the Nashville Barrel Company, I think I put their Instagram and email in there as well. Make sure you show them some love. 100%. Pecker House is in the house. What's up, Bill? Good to see you. Hold on. I got to pin the link to the top. I have got to pin the link to the top of the chat. That way, when people come in later, if they want to join, then they can. The poll right now, Army Coast Guard is taking it away. 39% of the votes so far are Army Coast Guard. Navy Marines very close behind them at 32%. Let's go. Air Force, Space Force is 16%. Other countries' military is at 13%. Not far behind Air Force, Space Force. Awesome. Great job, guys. Keep voting. Keep freaking voting in that poll. We got to get that up and running. You guys got to represent that way when the end of the show comes along. You can make sure to we're going to see which branch represented the hardest. Sorry, I'm looking for the link so I can pin it. Hold on, let me do it again. Okay. I'll do it again. I gotta pin it to the top or else it's going to disappear in the chat. And people won't be able to jump on. So other people can join me up here. Oh! The poll just jumped again. 41% Army Coast Guard. Navy Marines at 29% now. Air Force Space Force is up to 18%. And the other country's military only dropped 1% down to 13%. And so I don't know which votes just went which way, but I love to see you guys voting in this poll. And we'll see who represented strongest coming towards the end of the stream. Let me bring some other people on onto the deck. Attention on deck. 10 Hood. There we go. Dennis, Sean, good to see you guys.
Cheers, sir. Good to see you.
Let us know what are you guys drinking. Let us know one at a time while I write the veteran-owned whiskey of the month on the board. Go ahead.
Well, I would just like to correct you on your intro.
Okay.
We are here for your monologue. Us backstage are just a distraction.
Correct. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a good one, Mark. I'm looking forward to it. They're all good for the record, but especially this week.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, and the month of March is hot, dude. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. You're coming into the start of spring. As you guys know, tonight is spring forward. You know, so the winter months are over. You know, the bad guys come out of their caves and want to start fighting season. So that's what we called it in Afghanistan. As soon as spring starts, we call it the beginning of fighting season.
Yep.
So you have this huge uptick in stuff going on when March hits, and then it kind of steadies out, goes down and steadies out throughout the summer. And then in August, it ticks back up again.
All I know is where my hammers are at out there. Let's start driving some nails, shall we?
We'll talk about that a little bit more in the near future. But so the veteran-owned whiskey of the month is a veteran-owned whiskey single barrel pick from a veteran, a Marine. Dusty Dan did a single barrel pick of the Nashville Barrel Company. It's 120.34 proof. And this is an awesome bottle. It's got this crazy A-team looking sticker on the back.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. And hopefully we don't get carried away and kill that bottle tonight because
Dusty's good people.
Dusty is good people.
I may or may not have got hammered with him at least once or twice.
Nice. Just for the 1783 Heroes. Roger that, Raging Cajun. Good to hear. Good to see. My grandfather's World War II entry equals greater than your entry. Sorry. My grandfather's World War II entry.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's referring to. But, I mean, World War II was rough.
Yeah. Big time. Every time it's a different split. Yes. Long time no see. Yes, I actually got to have brunch with Marvin and a bunch of the others today. Hero. Because one of my Army buddies, Will, with Chart and Twisted, they bought a bar and they introduced a brunch menu and they did a soft opening today. So Wanderberg, Tully at Simone Barkeep, Marvin at My Whiskey 101. If any mods can drop any of these crazy links, go ahead and do that. But yeah, we had brunch together at one of my Army buddies' new restaurant that him and his wife bought within this last year, 6 months or whatever, and they're doing great. I'm happy to see the success that they are having. And dude, their food is delicious, freaking delicious. They have a nice bar, nice whiskey selection, but I'm telling you, I'm there for the food. There for the food. 100%. 100%. Let's see. Dennis, I'm not trying to. Nor you. Cheers. Oh, Derek Patton is in the house. What's up, Derek? Good to see you.
DDP. Cheers, buddy.
Glad you could be here. Richie Z is here. Dusty Dan is the man. Possum Crew. Name drop Perry's. Perry's in Puyallup. So if you make your way down to Puyallup, know that the owner is an Army buddy of mine that I have been working with since 2019. So we've been working together for almost 7 years, not quite yet, almost 7 years. And is just a good friend of mine. And he owns Perry's in Puyallup. Make sure you go there and leave a good tip.
There you go.
Just the tip. JD is in the house. What's up, JD?
There he is.
7.
Good to see you. All right,
Hey,
so
just remember, Mark, that Hawaiian one I gave you was veterans owned too.
oh, roger that. This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there the first week of April, JD.
Oh yeah, veteran made.
It's veteran made. It's good. That's just the entry level, but if you go to the distillery, they have a lot of other stuff there. That's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Water
I'll be
time.
there
Just
in April.
Had not paid attention to the whiskey veterans things you talked about. Just went and joined at Northwest Bourbon. Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, Warriors and Whiskey. Warriors and Whiskey is the overall umbrella company. One of the sub companies. They have the Veterans Whiskey Club, where it's like just whiskey talk. They have the Veterans Cigar Club. If you're into cigars, they have the Veterans Cigar Club that is pretty active. I'm not in that group because I don't really do cigars unless I'm, got a few drinks in and hanging out at somebody's house that's doing that. Like if everybody's going out and smoking cigars, I'm going to go join them. I'm just going to. What's up, Orlando?
A whole lot. How's it going, guys?
Well, cheers, buddy.
Cheers, Rhino.
Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. Hey, dude, no harm in that.
Yeah. Benjamin.
So you guys that just joined, what are you guys sipping on so far?
I got an empty Glenn waiting for what you're drinking.
I'm starting
Nashville
out
Barrel
well.
Company. Dusty Dan's pick from Nashville Barrel Company.
Oh, I have that without a sticker on it. It's okay.
Yeah. I
I
don't.
mean, I really like Nashville Barrel Company. This pick's okay. 3409.
Yes, 3409. Yes, roger that.
I guess I'm drinking that with you.
Roger, good copy.
So, Mark, I don't have that, so I'm just. I realize this isn't veteran owned. My apologies. Just this here. So,
Roger that. No worries.
Cheers.
When I get caught up him, he said he is down to catch up for a stream. Thank you. Yeah, I had a schedule. We had an interview on the schedule, and he canceled. It wasn't like last minute. It wasn't rude or anything. But I've been really looking forward to getting Greg on. Now, we're talking about veteran-owned whiskey. Now, this is a veteran that served in 2 different countries, military. I am so excited to start digging into the weeds because I've seen Greg get interviewed on other channels, and they don't get into that. And I'm like, that's the most interesting part. Come on. So I'm really looking forward to that. He sent me some samples to go on the interview with him. So I've already got a flight from him. I'm just waiting to get something nailed down in the calendar. So, Chris, your assistance with that is greatly appreciated, my friend. Love Chris. Chris and Lil, just genuinely great people.
We'll just delete.
also, cheers, Chris. Good to see you, buddy.
All right, so we talked about the veteran-owned whiskey of the month. We are drinking Nashville Barrel Company. We're going to move into honoring the fallen. This month is a heavy, heavy month. So there's 2 different things right off the bat that I'm going to show you guys when it comes to honoring the fallen. So we just had 6 Army Reserve soldiers. So all 6 of these soldiers are in the Army Reserves. They weren't active duty. They weren't National Guard. They were in the Army Reserves. Their unit was activated. They were in Kuwait, and wherever they were, whether they were in the chow hall, whether they were in, their talk, like where they do the commanding, planning and stuff, which is what I'm thinking that they were doing. I'm thinking that they were having like a leaders meeting in the talk, or the talk is the tactical command. It's the building that all the bigwigs get together and chat, because you've got 2 sergeant first class, you got a major, you got a warrant officer, you got the captain. So the captain would be like company commander. Then you've got a sergeant, right? Sergeant is probably either the captain's driver, or he's like scribe, or whatever the case may be when it comes to the sergeant. But that's neither here nor there. But these 6 soldiers were killed last week by a drone attack from Iran. And so these 6 soldiers, I've already got their names on the board. I wrote those down ahead of time because I want to minimize the amount of time I have my back to you guys and writing stuff on the board. Just out of a courtesy, something you learn when you give a lot of classes. But so these 6 Army Reserve soldiers: Sergeant First Class Nicole Amar, Sergeant Declan Cody, Captain Cody Cork, Chief Warrant Officer Robert Marzan, Major Jeffrey O'Brien, and Sergeant First Class Noah Titians. Probably jacked that up. I apologize, sir, but we are going to raise a glass to them for paying the ultimate sacrifice when they were deployed in an area that they didn't know was going to be as hot and heavy as a combat zone as it is now. Because now, as they say, things are heating up.
In fairness, Mark, it shouldn't have been. But.
Yes, true. Yeah. The other one that I have already written on the board here is Staff Sergeant Alexandria Morrow. Now, she died on March 22nd in 2017. And so we honor the fallen because we remember those who went before us who are no longer here, whether it was the day, the month that they were born or the month that they passed away. All the ones that were born or passed away in the month of March we were talking about today. Now, she was in Jordan. And on March 22nd in Jordan, let's see, let me find it. Hold on.
Was that the one with the defect got attacked?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not this one.
Okay.
Shit, where is it? I know it was on here earlier. So she's in the Air Force. She was loading bombs onto the plane. So that was her job. She was loading bombs onto the plane. When something broke, a bomb slipped and hit her in the head. And she died.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so she was loading bombs onto the plane, and one of the bombs fell and crushed her head.
Wow.
And so I want to thank Gerald for sending me this because I had no idea. I had not heard this story before. So, like I said before, as long as the way that we remember them and honor them is to keep telling their stories and talk about them. She was only 25 years old.
Mm.
And so I've already got her written on the board here, Staff Sergeant Alexandria Morrow. So got her on the board so we can raise a glass to her as well. If anybody in the chat or on the panel has anybody that is no longer with us, if you want, if their birthday or the month that they passed away is month of March, then please share. If you don't want to put out their whole name, you don't have to. You can just put a nickname or something like that in the chat. And prayers for their families. Absolutely. Well said. Thank you, James. Appreciate you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can get Larkin to be distributed here. That would be great. That would be absolutely fantastic, Big Kahuna. Which, by the way, I love your name, Big Kahuna. If you guys don't know, the Big Kahuna Burger was the restaurant in Pulp Fiction the guys were eating burgers from. At the beginning. A Big Kahuna Burger. That's that Hawaiian joint. I haven't had that. Absolutely love it. All right, so I've got I'm adding to the board. Sergeant Kreklo was a medic in my platoon. He was our platoon medic on my 4th deployment, and a few years after we got back from my 4th deployment, he took his own life. I don't know what was going on with him. I didn't stay in contact with him after the deployment, but I know 3 years after we got back from that deployment, he ended up taking his own life. And so I'm going to put Sergeant Kreklo on the board. He was a goofy guy. He was a funny dude. Lots of character, lots of personality. Everybody loved him. Funny guy, good dude. Talking about a lot of character. If you want to put charisma in a bottle, Sergeant Colors. Sergeant Colors was the loudest person in the barracks, which is saying a lot. You could always tell when Sergeant Colors was at the barracks because you could hear him in your room through the hallways. He certainly made his presence known. He was a good dude. In 2011, on my 3rd deployment, I was driving towards a base in southern Afghanistan when they got attacked by rockets. And so they had us kind of flank out to try to chase down whoever was shooting the rockets onto the base to kind of get those two guys to squirt back and whatnot. Because we were going towards that base. We weren't stationed on that base. We were just doing route clearance on the route towards that base. And so we started flanking out in our trucks and doing our thing. And I was with Triple Nickel at that time. But I had met Colors in the 10th Mountain. Now, he was still with the 10th Mountain. And I did not find out until 3 or 4 weeks later that his unit was on that base at the time. He was a mechanic. And he got direct hit by one of those rockets in the motor pool. So he was a mechanic in the motor pool. And he got hit by one of those rockets and killed. And I didn't know that when we were driving up to it, and we got told, they're shooting rockets in the base. There's been some injuries, flank out. We're gonna do what we can to try to find the bad guys and eliminate the threat. And I had no idea at the time, at that day. It wasn't until weeks later I found out that Colors got killed in that attack. But his birthday was in the month of March, and he would have been turning 43 this month.
Wow.
Hey, heard that. Yeah. Mark, I've always felt, you said he was very funny. I've always felt like that comedy is just pain that's redirected. So, yeah.
If anybody knows me, I mean,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Very true. God bless those who price for freedom. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. People shouldn't feel ashamed to ask for help when stressed out mental health.
Definitely.
Yes, mental health is absolutely an issue with not just people in general, but especially with service members. And so, as I was saying earlier, if you are a service member, whether it's currently or prior service, or if you know somebody, hook them up with us here with the once a month Veterans Whiskey Club live stream we do, or get them hooked up with Warriors and Whiskey, with their Instagram, with their Facebook. Have them shoot them an email at their website, warriorsandwhiskey.com. There's just a lot of veterans that want to reconnect, because back in the day, the World War II generation, the Vietnam veterans generation, the Korean War generation, they would go to the American Legion. They would go to the VFW. They would go to these places and when they wanted to reconnect with other service members and have these kind of conversations, have this kind of dialogue, right? That's how they got that, right? But our generation doesn't do that because of the internet. We sit at home, drink by ourselves, or we go out and drink and drive like idiots. And we play Call of Duty on Xbox and do things like that. and we don't have this connection anymore. That's why I started doing this every month, at least once a month. Let's get together and have some drinks together, highlight some veteran-owned whiskey, because there's some great veterans out there making some good stuff. But that's why we're doing this, is to share those stories.
Absolutely.
And to do the thing, let's drink.
Yeah, and Mark, honestly, I mean, this community does that better than most. Almost any, I can't think of another community that's ever. Yeah, this community fucking rocks. And yeah, I mean, Mark, I'm sure you could say many more things, but I mean, you guys are roughly the reason I'm still here. So yeah, love you guys.
Love you too, buddy.
The whiskey's just a bonus.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
It's a social lubricant.
Yeah. So Christian, thank you for letting us know about your cousin. I put his name up on the wall, so we're gonna raise a glass. I'm gonna give another minute if anybody else has any names they want to throw on the board. We're about to raise a glass to the fallen, so I got to get my special bottle out, my black bag of Horse Soldier that was personally signed to me from legendary man Vince, and put it in this crazy Afghanistan shot glass that I got at one of those trailers on base that had merchandise, so they could take money from soldiers, so we could buy trinkets like this and bring them home, and a sentimental attachment to them, because that's what we do. Condolences. Cheers to all those we have lost. Yeah, I'll have a sip of water first, since I've been flapping my gums for a while. Appreciate you. All right, I'm not seeing anything else come up in the chat of people that they want to put on the board, but thank you for those of you that did. Christian, your cousin, Gerald, for sending me the story about Sergeant Morrow, and just greatly appreciate you guys being here and being someone that I can drink with. And so I'm gonna raise this glass to those that are no longer with us, lest we forget, until Valhalla. Rest in peace. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate you. So the next thing we do after we honor the fallen, just like you were talking about a minute ago, is mental health is a big issue that we need to acknowledge. And like I talked about, my former medic, Kreklo, took his own life after our deployments. Mental health is a big thing, and what they say is that 22 a day veterans take their own lives. Even though the number is much higher than that, we're going to recognize that at least 22 veterans a day take their own lives. Mental health is a big issue. And one of the ways that we can help with that is acknowledging it's there, for one. 2, spreading the word. And 3, working on our own mental health. And part of working on your mental health is working on your physical health. We do 22 push-ups a day in their honor. So if you are willing and able, knock out 22. Let's go.
Let's get it, boys.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, it feels good. Get the blood going.
Now,
How
Mark,
do you do it?
I
How do
know
you
the
do
same
it,
thing
Mark?
as, my friend committed suicide too, and he wasn't a Marine.
Yeah.
So next month it's his anniversary. It could have been 43.
Next month.
Yeah, April.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely raise the glass to him next month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got I've got a collage of people that I served with that have passed away. When I find out they passed away, I take one of their pictures and add it to my collage. And the bottom row of the collage is 8 service members that I was in the same platoon with or company that have taken their lives.
When I was at Camp Buka, I think we had the highest suicide rate when in Iraq at our base.
But Tom from our channel is Army. Tom's everyone. Oh, Rob, hey, Wilderness and Whiskey. Thanks for chiming in. You got to get Tom to jump on so we can talk to him, tell a story. Maybe him and I can do a special where we send each other a flight and really get into his story. That'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
22 a day is said. Yeah, it's at least. Most days is more than 22, but they say that's the average. But yeah, so Wilderness and Whiskey, shoot me a message. Let's do something. All right, so we honored the fallen. We did our 22 push-ups. We're doing good. We're moving on to the next topic. Next topic is what the heck is going on in the month of March.
Too much.
Nothing. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here.
Yeah. Zero problem.
There's nothing to see here. All right, so Google military history in March. All right, so March 1st, Navy achieved its first U-boat kill.
Sweet.
Operation Rolling Thunder, big deal in Vietnam. Battle of Hue, longest, deadliest battle, also Vietnam. 18. Okay, so
Alamo.
This is by order of the day, not by the year. So, so the Alamo fell to Mexican forces. It's pretty crazy. March 8th, first American troops landed in Vietnam. Oh, wow. I didn't know that's when they first landed there. Ironclads. I do have a Medal of Honor recipient from Vietnam. We're going to watch his story in a bit. The first woman Marine reported for duty in a combat zone. Wow. That is a story. Amphibious assaults in Iwo Jima. Operation Searchlight. Okay. The third week is Women's Military History Week in California. Okay. The first group of 71 women Marine officer candidates arrive at training in 1943. Wow. So it did not show one that I am very surprised it did not show. When you talk about significant stuff going on in the month of March, military history, the one that definitely stands out to me is that
Charles, cheers.
What is it? Is it March 25th? Is Medal of Honor Day.
Oh,
And so
doesn't make sense. Damn AI.
yeah. So AI is still not as smart as most of us, but they'll catch up eventually.
It feels like a pretty major thing to leave out.
I know.
Let's see. Where are you? There we go. I found a little video. Want to hear about it? Here we go.
March 25th is National Medal of Honor Day. Signed into law in 1991, this day is set aside to honor all recipients of our nation's highest award for valor in combat. Since 1862, 297 Marines have been awarded the Medal of Honor. The first was Corporal John F. Mackey, who received the award for his actions during the Civil War. During a battle between the USS Galena and Confederate fortifications, Corporal Mackey fearlessly maintained his musket fire and stepped in to man a cannon when the rest of the gun crew was killed or wounded. Most recently, Lance Corporal Kyle Carpenter received the Medal of Honor for actions in Afghanistan in 2014. When a grenade landed in his security position, Carpenter, without hesitation and with complete disregard for his own safety, moved toward the grenade in an attempt to shield his fellow Marines from the deadly blast. When the grenade detonated, his body absorbed the brunt of the blast, severely wounding him but saving the life of his fellow Marine. The Marine Corps and the nation honor all those who have been awarded the Medal of Honor for their heroic service.
So Medal of Honor Day. That's definitely a significant day, especially since they just opened. You guys know about it because we talked about it a few months ago. They just opened the Medal of Honor Museum, which is pretty freaking cool.
Still, that kid gets me every time. Sees a grenade and goes towards it.
Yeah.
The
freaking legend, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I think we watched 2 different videos on Carpenter. Just a cool kid. We saw the one about the incident, and we saw the one where he was interviewed on a talk show. Very, very, very cool.
Just still floored by that kid. I mean, I'm calling him a kid, but
well,
I mean,
and
he is more of a man than me. So I mean,
well, and the thing about him, when you hear him talk, he has just got this giant heart.
Yep.
Just a huge heart, just a sweetie, just a good dude, you know.
Yep.
Just a good dude.
So Mark, I did my AI and it came up with a bunch of different things for March.
Oh yeah.
It says Iran war is going on right now. That's number one. And then it says,
we're gonna get to that when we talk about current.
Yeah. March 1st is CB's birthday. March 3rd is Navy Reserve birthday. March 4th is Hug a GI Day.
Hug a GI Day.
Yeah. I'm just reading what it says. March 13th is Canine Veterans Day. March 15th, American Legion's birthday. Of course, March 25th, we just talked about. And 29th of March is National Vietnam War Veterans Day.
Okay, so you went in those national days, like National Donut Day and stuff like that. So that's all the military. So I looked up the military history in the month of March.
Yeah. The only thing we got going right now is currently what's going on right now, which you're going to talk about later.
But yeah, you're right. Hug a GI Day. I don't see any like really good looking videos on this, but that's hilarious. I love it.
I thought that was funny. I was like, what? Hug a national? Man, you hug them all the time. Come on, if you're married.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. We might have a. Is it sexy grandma time?
Ooh.
Wait, what?
Hold on.
If you're a PVT, your duty is to salute the LIEUT. But if you brush the LIEUT, the MP makes you KP on the QT. This is the GI Joe man alive. They give you a private tank that features a little device called Fluid Drive. Jack, if you still survive, chunk all your junk back in the trunk. Fall on your bunk. One. Soon you're counting Jeeps, but before you count to 5, man, you're right back digging that GI Joe.
Well, that's something.
yeah,
That's different.
that's something we've heard now.
I obviously did not screen that prior to sharing. You're welcome. You are welcome.
I know one thing. Back in the day, I bet that lady got some pipes hard. That's all I'm going.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So when I typed in National GI Day and then clicked on videos, that was the first video that came up for me.
Mm-hmm.
Greater love hath no man than laid down his life for his friends. Yes, absolutely, Eric, 100%.
Yeah, I would say, as Ben says, I bet she was a good egg back in the day.
Yeah. Bad X Bobby, Chair Force represent. Good to see you, buddy.
Look, I would ever say such a thing.
It's still burning, but it felt great. Roger that, Richie Z. Sounds like Richie Z knocked out some push-ups with us. That's awesome.
There you go.
Sweet.
Roger that. All right, so we gotta play something good after that one because that was just silly. So we're talking about it's the Medal of Honor Day, March 25th. And I've got a Medal of Honor recipient story for you that you might not have heard before, just because our education system does a shitty job sharing the good stories of what happened in these wars of absolute freaking heroes. So, guys, grab a glass of whiskey and sit back and check out this legendary story of this Medal of Honor recipient from the Korean War. And we'll talk about it afterwards.
My parents died when I was quite young. Matter of fact, I was 5. And my uncle, who was unmarried, took us over. I say over, I'm talking about my sister and myself. And he raised us up until World War II. Then he was drafted. I lived on Lake Michigan. We had these car ferries. So I went to work there in the summer months. And that kind of gave me a feel of what it'd like to be going to sea. And the draft, of course, was already going. Problem was, they didn't draft anybody until they got to be about 22. Well, here you are, you're 18, and there was no future in any job you were going to get. And I knew that we weren't going to go to college. So New Year's Eve, I think there were 5 of us decided we'd join the Navy.
William Charette worked for a year in a Navy hospital before volunteering for a combat position as a medic with the Marine Corps. On March 27, 1953, the young corpsman's unit was assigned to help retake an American outpost on a hill called Vegas, just outside of Panmunjom.
My company, which consists of 3 platoons, were in reserve at the time. And we were on this kind of a night patrol. We weren't going anywhere, it was just practice. And it was just turning dusk. And way off in the distance, you could hear the pounding. I had no idea what was going on, but this guy in back of me who had been in Korea quite a while, he told me, he says, Doc, that's Vegas, Reno, and Carson area. And he said, I can tell you right now that the Chinese are hitting it, and they're gonna attack it. They overran those 3 hills, and they pulled us out of reserve to take them back. I think we got there about noon the next day. And I must confess, this was my first major combat, and it was pretty bad. The Chinese were in the trench line, they had taken it all. And when you see the sight of war, and you see Marines still hanging on barbed wire that are blown all to hell, you know this is not a good thing. The lieutenant who's in front of me, our Chenowitz, he says, Doc, pass the word back. We're gonna cross this rice paddy. And it looked to be about maybe 300 yards. And in the center of it was this stream. And he says, when I hit that stream, you take off. So I passed the word back to the man and went right on down the line. And I know that he hit that stream and I started and I nearly beat him across. And I'm not that fast, but just this was a terrible place to be because it was open to fire. But we got over there and we're laying there for a while until we get the whole platoon across, then we start up. And we had to stop because they were dropping bombs. Airplanes were dropping bombs, and somebody said that for every 100 pounds of bombs, you need 100 yards away from it. And they were dropping 500-pounders, and I'll tell you, I don't think we were 500 yards away because they literally picked you up and threw you down. But we moved up, and the point got up quite a ways. And that's when they needed a corpsman up. So I started up, and when I got there, there was 1 wounded. And I treated him as best I could, but by the time they started rolling grenades in on us, I straddled this guy. Well, he was in pretty bad shape. And I heard the grenade land. I didn't know where it was exactly, but I pushed my medical kit towards it, and it blew it apart. I don't know if that's what saved me or the fact I was so close. I really don't know. All I know is that at some point I couldn't see, and the next thing you know, I've got 5 wounded guys, and I have no idea how we're going to get them out of there.
Among the injured was a man so badly wounded that he could not be moved.
The trench was blown in. They were shooting it pretty good. And I was pretty young and strong at the time, so I told him, I said, I'm going to stand up. You pass them to me, get somebody over on the other side to take them, and we'll just lift them over.
Exposing himself to enemy fire, Charette stood, lifted the man in his arms, and carried him through the onslaught to safety.
Oh, Forrest Gump style.
Afterward, the Navy Cross he was intended to receive for the action was upgraded to the Medal of Honor.
Nice.
When they came and told me they had moved it up to a Medal of Honor, I immediately went to our captain and told him, I don't want it. I didn't think I earned it. When President Eisenhower was pinning the medal on it, he said, Charette, they tell me that you're more nervous here than you were in Korea. Which wasn't exactly the truth, but in a way. You know, the cliche is that you're wearing it, and a lot of guys that should have gotten it didn't. And I must say that I think that's so true. A young kid, we were in a parade once, you know, and had a bunch of Medal of Honor recipients there. And he told me, he said, you know, my dad was in Vietnam and he was killed. And he said, I'm pretty sure that he should have earned a medal. And I told him, well, I wear it for him then. You know, you do a job. I did mine as best I could. And that's all I'll tell you.
Man. So yeah, the first thing I thought of was the Forrest Gump style, to where you're getting shot at, you got injured, but your priority is like, it doesn't matter that I'm hurt, I can still move. And so my priority should be getting my buddies that can't move on their own free will and carry them to safety. That was the first thing I thought of. Like, goodness gracious, what a...
I was thinking of Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh yeah, Hacksaw Ridge too, yeah.
Yeah.
His whole mission was just getting the wounded out of there, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Eric is yelling at me, drink water. Roger, drill sergeant, drink water, hydrate, time now.
Hey, Mark, did you talk about March 19th, 2003?
Also, Bobby's in the house. Cheers, Bobby. Good to see you, sir.
Yep, raise a glass to Bobby. Bad axe. I freaking love Bobby. Bobby's just a good dude. So, what was March 19, 2003?
That was the invasion of Iraq.
The invasion of Iraq. Right?
Yep.
No, we haven't talked about that yet. How come that didn't come up on the military days of the freaking month of March?
I would think that would be a big one. Maybe Desert Storm they took over, but we did the invasion in 2003 and March 19th.
Hey, thanks, great shot. Appreciate you, buddy. Drinking way more water than whiskey. Thanks, Bobby. Joker, what's up, bud?
Buddy.
Another army buddy of mine. Canadian Chris is in the house. What's up, Chris?
We'll be back in just a minute. There.
All right, go ahead.
Cheers. Yeah.
Cheers. That's why I'm grateful for everyone. Yeah, absolutely, bud. Heraclitus is in the house. What's up, Joe?
Hey, I might have talked to Joe.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. Might have turned him on to something.
Oh, good. Yeah, I've got to get a bottle of Heraclitus, or Heraclitus,
or the other name.
I've got to get a bottle of that so I can feature that as a veteran whiskey of the month for sure. So next time Joe gets a batch up and going, I got to.
He is in Kentucky to have one of his guys pick one, and for him to pick his barrel. He's going to be the president's barrel. So there will be, I think, in the next few weeks, there should be new bottles. He can correct me if I'm wrong.
If the people around me are in danger and I'm capable of moving or acting, I'm going to do it. Yes, 100%. Absolutely. Couldn't say it any better. That is accurate. Let's see. So going from the Korean War, we are going to go right into the Vietnam War next. Got a Medal of Honor recipient from the Vietnam War. The actions took place in the month of March. We drank water. Thank you for the reminder, Eric. And
Hey, Mark, what base were you at in Afghanistan?
The first one that I was on in 2007 was Jalalabad. And then we were doing route clearance. What?
I was at Camp Dwyer.
Okay. So from Jalalabad, we did route clearance up and down the Pesh River Road into the Korengal Valley from Asadabad to Blessing and all the bases up in that shithole of an area.
I was stationed in Amber Province.
Okay. Second time I was there, I was down in oh goodness, I'm totally. It's the base that was south of Shank. Shank outlasted it. It's Altimer. So I was at Altimer, and so my battalion headquarters was at Shank. My platoon was down at Altimer, and we were doing route clearance all in that eastern Afghanistan area. Shank got a lot of press. There was a lot of fucking nonsense that happened at Shank. But then fourth deployment, I was down in southern Afghanistan, Zari district, one of the nastiest areas in Afghanistan, the Zari district. You don't want to mess with that place. I fucking hated that deployment.
Yeah, they sent me to Shindag. They sent me to Dwyer. They sent me to Keneshan Castle. And then I want to say, it was the same base that was in Iraq. I think it was like Leatherneck or something.
Leatherneck was eastern Afghanistan where the Marines were.
Yeah, I went there, and then there was another one where I was on the airplane, and we landed in the middle of nowhere and blew out a tire, so we got stuck there.
But yeah, then fourth deployment, I was northern Afghanistan, like Mazi Sharif and Wilson and a few other bases.
You didn't go to Balad?
In the north.
Balad?
No, I don't think I ever went to Balad.
Okay.
Steve is in the house. Good to see you, Steve. So we're moving on. Medal of Honor recipients in Vietnam. A lot of big things like the invasion or the first American troops in Vietnam happened in the month of March, and a lot of big operations.
I was an Army officer's son, so my father served in World War II. I grew up elementary school, California, nursery school, Hammond, Indiana. Then from California, we moved to Germany, 1949. From Germany, we moved to Fort Benjamin Harrison in Indianapolis, Indiana. In Indianapolis, Indiana, I moved to Japan. From Japan back to St. Louis, from St. Louis to West Point, and from West Point, then I took my own international career. My father was one that made it very clear that I was going to get good grades. He told me he would drop me off at West Point, and then he would come see me when I graduated. And he expected me to fulfill whatever my potential was in all the areas of military life.
Paul Buca graduated from West Point in the top 5% of his class. He then went to Stanford to get his master's degree and received airborne and ranger training during a summer break. In 1967, he arrived in Vietnam with the 187th Infantry. His brigade commander gave him 30 days as a second lieutenant, and then 30 as a first lieutenant, before giving him his first company.
Then he gave me Delta Company, 3rd of the 187th, a newly formed company. And I was the only person in it. I would form up at formation, do all the reports, Delta Company all present and accounted for, sir. I'd pass in review alone. And then he started filling me up with the rejects of all the other units. We had the reputation, we were called the clerks and the jerks. And I used to think, my God, I have a few very, very smart guys and a lot of really mean guys. What a great group to go to war with. And that unit ended up being one of the most highly decorated units in all of Vietnam.
Oh, what was that movie that they had?
I remember asking them,
the group of
early
rejects.
I said, look, if you had your choice of company commanders, you wouldn't pick me.
Heartbreak Ridge.
But if I had my choice of soldiers, I'd pick you.
Yeah.
So I have the advantage. I said, I don't know what Vietnam's like because I'm the only non-returnee in this group. But if you'll trust me, I'll bring you all home.
On March 16, 1968, Buca's 89-man company was the lead element in a massive counterattack following the Tet Offensive. They were inserted by helicopter into a suspected North Vietnamese stronghold, and for 2 days they destroyed enemy fortifications and base camps and eliminated scattered resistance. Late in the day, on March 18th, the company found a clearing and had a chance to resupply and evacuate casualties from heat exhaustion.
After we resupplied, I said, okay, reform, push into the jungle, let's keep going. And the LERP unit went about a quarter mile into the jungle.
More better known.
Said they saw people carrying water containers. They started hearing noise and they asked permission to recon by fire.
Recon by fire.
Gave them permission to do it just as it was getting dark. And the whole mountain opened up.
All right, he said that he asked permission to do recon by fire. And we did that a lot in Afghanistan. And what I mean by that is we're going down a road and we just have a feeling like there's an ambush. And usually in ambushes, there's people, there's enemy in a bunch of different locations. You know, like multiple different locations. It's a complex ambush, right? If you just start shooting, then all the other people are going to think that you're shooting at one of their buddies. And so they're going to start shooting at you. And so you recon by fire, by drawing the bad guys out, by shooting at nothing. It was a technique that we did multiple times in Afghanistan. Time to drink water. Roger that, buddy. Thank you.
It looks like we stumbled across a reinforced battalion of NVA regulars, along with remnants of a VC regular unit, Dong Nai Regiment. The LERP group was engaged, and my medic, Doc Moore, said, "Sir, I'll see you later. I think I got some patients." And he ran up to the front. And one of the guys came back, said to me, he said, "Sir, there's a Y in a tree with a bunker or something behind it, but everybody's pinned down." And I said, "What do you mean a Y in a tree?" He says, "It's a Y in a tree, you can't miss it." So I ran forward with my RTO. And I guess what had happened is they'd had a machine gun at ground level and a guy with an automatic weapon up in the tree. So you were getting fire from up and down. And as our guys came into this very small clearing, it's when they pinned them down. I just came around the corner and started throwing hand grenades. When the weapon stopped, I looked around and stood up. No one was firing at me. I figured that's it. And I got back. They said, "Where's the Y in the tree?" I said, "There's no more Y in that tree." We were 89 of us. And
it's no longer
we
there.
had 15 cut off or had been killed. And I said, just go into an area. Everybody down, form the perimeter as best you can, and let's find out how many we got left and where we are. We were beyond artillery, so I couldn't bring in any supporting fires. Helicopters were above, started coming in, and all of a sudden the mountain would open up firing at the helicopters, which is usually the first sign that this is not a small unit. And so for the next 4 or 5 hours, it was just us firing off against others, firing in, hoping to hell they weren't going to just decide to overrun our little 25-yard by 10-yard position. I remember leaning down next to this rock saying, "Now we're all going to die. My mom's going to be asked, 'Where'd your son die?' And she'll say, 'Well, where did your son die?' And someone will say, 'Normandy, Quezon, the Argonne.' And she'll have to say, 'Coordinates XYZ,' because there wasn't a name for this damn place. Right then, this young kid who had just joined us when we were getting the refueling, he says, 'Sir, we're kicking the hell out of them, aren't we?' And I started laughing. And I said, well, I guess we are. I mean, we were down with fire everywhere, and we were firing with little fire and ammunition we had left. We were trying to conserve it, and all hell was raining down on us, and this kid thought we were winning. And I remember thinking, okay, it's going to get dark. We better do something. So I said, if they knew how small we were, we'd be finished. So I had everybody move out and put claymores out, distributed hand grenades to everybody, and I said, I'm going to yell out numbers. 1, 2, 3. And this to reflect the hands of a clock, the hours. And if I say 3, 6, then number 3 and number 6, throw a hand grenade. And I don't care where you throw it, just throw it. And we're going to do this all night long.
Buca did everything possible to make the enemy believe they were a much larger force to prevent them from being overrun. Throughout the night, he continued to encourage his men, shore up their defenses, and direct artillery and helicopter gunship fire against the North Vietnamese.
And the rest of the night, though, every plane in War Zone D and C came to visit us. Every helicopter, every Aussie Canberra jet, every Air Force plane. Dragon came in, he says, I can do things, can you put out some lights? Says, I don't have any lights. And then my brigade commander says, I'm coming in. And he chopped a hole in the canopy with his helicopter and says, throw on the most critically wounded, and got them out. He kicked off some beanbag lights for me so we could mark our perimeter.
By daybreak, after the last of his casualties were evacuated and his remaining forces accounted for, Buca and his men left the area, leaving more than 150 North Vietnamese dead on the battlefield.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
He said there was, what,
Next morning,
25 of them?
we got
And he
everybody
killed
out.
150 of them?
And I said,
Imagine
Yeah.
being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
saw my first
Yeah,
KIAs.
that's
So
6 to
my-
1.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, I asked them to trust me, and I promised them I'd bring them home. And those 10 guys did, but I didn't. And every day of my life, I think back what I could have done better that night. What could I have done to bring those 10 home?
That's it. More.
Oh, 10 of them died.
I guess in April of 70, I got a call from a sergeant telling me that my DSC had been upgraded to a Medal of Honor. And I told him I didn't deserve it. He said, what's that mean? I said, I think I'm going to turn this down. And he said, if I can be blunt, he said, it's not yours to turn down. He said, this belongs to your men. You wear it for them. To this day, I know I don't deserve it. And after all, 10 guys had died, and almost everybody who was there that night was wounded to some degree. I just didn't think that's the stuff of which medals are made. And as a result, when I'm around the other Medal of Honor recipients, I consider myself a visitor. As a young Army officer, compared to a business or anything else, you have the opportunity, the burden and the privilege to look a young man in the eye and ask him to go do something. And they know what you're asking them to do in all likelihood means they're not coming back. And these American soldiers look in the eye and they wink and say, got it, sir. And grab their weapon and off they go.
Mm-hmm.
And that is such a privilege to wear that uniform and to be the old man, if you will, at the age of 23 or 24, that there's nothing in life that compares to that responsibility and that privilege. Nothing.
Dude, great job telling that story, especially at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's because he was telling us truth.
Yeah.
I would say most of those guys who get the Medal of Honor, they say they don't deserve it.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of them do.
which is why they deserve it.
Yep.
Yeah, it usually is.
And the ones who probably who do never will be able to utter those words.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to move to a more recent Medal of Honor recipient. You guys remember last month. So last month we did the Veterans Whiskey Live, and we talked about, a bunch of heroes like we have just been talking about just now, Medal of Honor recipients, and about how there was this legend named Royce Williams that we had not heard about because his mission was classified for 50 years. And the reason why it was classified is because when he was over there and doing his thing and he got into a dogfight in the air, it wasn't the ones that we expected it to be. He was in a dogfight with Russian pilots. And so he just got awarded the Medal of Honor. He is the oldest living Medal of Honor recipient because he received it when he at 100 years old.
So they did do it really fast. Remember we were saying we hope they do this really fast.
Yeah. So we watched his video and we talked about his mission last month for the Veterans Whiskey Club. And I was really happy to see at that State of the Union address, him there, he got awarded the Medal of Honor. It was freaking awesome. But there was another person that was awarded the Medal of Honor right after him that I did not know anything about. And so it encouraged me to look him up and see what was going on with the Chief Warrant Officer, the very first ever in history Warrant Officer 5 to receive the Medal of Honor. And so I was like, what is his story? Because he got awarded his medal right next to this legendary GOAT fighter pilot who took out 5 freaking Russian fighter pilots when he was outnumbered 7.
Hit multiple times by machine gun fire, one Army pilot fought through severe pain to ensure everyone made it back safely. On January 3rd, 2026, Chief Warrant Officer 5 Eric Slover
Now make it big.
distinguished himself during a mission in Venezuela in support of Operation Absolute Resolve. As the pilot of the lead helicopter of the operation, he was tasked with flying his MH-47 Chinook in a highly complex infiltration through hostile integrated air defense systems to deliver ground forces safely. Approaching through a dense jungle valley in mountainous terrain and marginal weather, his helicopter came under intense machine gun fire at close range the moment it touched down. 15 armor-piercing rounds tore into the cockpit, with 4 striking his leg. Despite suffering serious wounds, Chief Warrant Officer 5 Slover maintained control of his aircraft and deliberately held it in the line of fire to ensure the safe infiltration of the ground force. After the men disembarked, he identified additional heavy machine gun positions targeting both his aircraft and the soldiers on the ground. Despite suffering significant life-threatening injuries, he maneuvered his helicopter to give his door gunner a clear field of fire, successfully neutralizing the threats. His extraordinary airmanship and complete disregard for his own safety undoubtedly saved countless American lives and ensured the overwhelming success of the mission. And for this, Chief Warrant Officer 5 Eric Slover was awarded the Medal of Honor.
So he got awarded the Medal of Honor, and so that just took place in this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got the Medal of Honor in 2 months.
Yeah, that's crazy.
His leg still fucking hurts.
That's crazy fast.
He got shot with armor-piercing rounds 4 times in the leg.
Yeah,
2 months ago. He may not even be walking yet.
For one, I am not one who thinks that flying a helicopter would be easy.
Yeah.
I'm not a helicopter pilot, and I do not think it would be easy. I know in the Army, you cannot begin a career as a helicopter pilot if you're over the age of 35. because they don't think you're going to be able to fucking learn it. And so if you want to reclass to become a helicopter pilot, you better do it before you're fucking 35, because the Army thinks you're too old to fucking figure it out by the time you get over 35. Plus, this guy was flying a Chinook. If you guys know what helicopters look like, helicopters have a propeller on top, right? The big rotating blade. Chinooks are the big ones that have two. And so when you hear them, they go wubba, 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 because there's two big propellers on top. That is a completely different type of helicopter. You're flying a big fucking bus, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a lot of other skills that come in hand. This guy got shot 4 freaking times and still was like, all right, let me land this so you guys can get out, kill the bad guys, and come back on and do the mission and do the things after he got shot 4 times.
And then he said, oh, the bad guys are over there. Let me fly and get you in a position to take them out. Then I'll go back down with the blood pouring out of my leg, get the guys and bring them home.
Yep.
Well, and then, too, another thing that was mentioned is that he kept the helicopter in the line of fire intentionally to block his other service members that were trying to get out. Yeah, so that's probably why he took 4 to the leg, because he, stayed there blocking the fire.
Well, Ben Demon Hunter said he's still using a walker.
Yes. Yeah, when he was,
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, when you watched the State of the Union address where he got the Medal of Honor, he was using his walker. Yeah,
I actually didn't see it. I'll go watch it.
Mark, do you know, is he an amputee, or were they able to save his leg?
So when you watch the thing, it only showed it from like about thigh level up, and so you couldn't see if he had the lower parts of his legs or not. Yeah. It just showed him standing there with his walker, standing stoic and strong. Yeah. But I don't know.
Well, hopefully they were able to save his legs, but
yeah, for sure. Hopefully,
I'm looking it up right now. His injuries.
Okay.
But that's awesome. I mean, because basically he just sat there and took fire to make sure he was creating a wall between him and his other. So this was this Army, Marines. What was this? What?
No, he was a Chief Warrant Officer 5, which is the first Warrant Officer 5 in history to get the Medal of Honor.
Well,
but he's armed.
Can I read something? I'm looking into this, and I found the first thing that came up is our helicopters. So basically, helicopter fans and helicopter pilots on Reddit. Comments on CWO Eric Slover. I heard a couple versions of the events the night he was wounded. The whole thing could have gone very badly if the chief didn't have balls of steel. Did anyone ever work with him?
Sounds accurate.
Because I'm trying to find, the scope of his injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, some idiot, had to say something. But I'm trying to find, they just say life-threatening.
Yeah.
4 rounds striking his leg. So it seems it was 1 leg, since they're saying leg, not legs.
In some ways, that's kind of worse, though, because that means that one leg
4 holes in 1 leg.
That means that that one leg is torn apart.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but the reason he still has a leg is that they were armor piercing and not something that splintered out.
True. Yeah. Because if they had mushroom when they hit the metal, then
yeah. So Wilderness and Whiskey, we actually did a live stream a month or 2 ago of our favorite military movie. No, you know what? It wasn't a month or 2 ago. It was on freaking Veterans Day, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was on Veterans Day where we did. We ranked tiered, greatest movies of all time and top 3, and then we did top 10 and you definitely need to watch it and it's worth watching once. And you can fucking skip it, and it's terrible. We tiered military movies, and Apocalypse Now, Black Hawk Down, We Were Soldiers, Full Metal Jacket, and what was one of the other ones that was like the top?
I'm trying to remember there was another one that we all agreed. It was top tier.
Full Metal Jacket, Black Hawk Down, We Were Soldiers.
Was it Glory?
Well, he's apparently stating he's still sorry. I'm still finding info.
Oh, go ahead.
He wants to continue as an Army pilot, though they're not sure if he'll be able to. He wants to go back into action. This crazy son of.
Oh, so he wants to stay in.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
All right. So I'm gonna move on. So we talked about military history. We talked about honoring the fallen. We talked about Medal of Honor recipients in the month of March. Things that have happened significantly in the month of March when it came to just general history in the military. We had lots of discussions about different things that happened, as well as we watched some Medal of Honor recipients. And so now we're going to move on to current military news. Now, the first one I'm going to bring up is a shorter conversation than the second one we're going to talk about. The first one we're going to bring up is one that Sean brought up the other night. When it comes to this freaking guy,
Israel is the reason for this war. America does not want to fight this war for Israel. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
So there's a Marine in dress uniform
America does not
in
want to
some
fight
kind of
its
city
sons and
council
daughters
or
the war for
hearing.
Israel. Your inability
He's
to
protesting.
name that shows your exemptness as leaders. Out. This is wrong.
And so it like I told Sean the other day, it doesn't matter what your opinion is. It doesn't matter how right you think you are. When it comes to you being a uniformed service member, I can't go out there and say everybody on the Epstein list should be hanged in the gallows in a public square in uniform, even though I know in my heart that's 100% correct. They deserve the death penalty. Yeah. So it's not up for debate. Military regulations, Department of Defense, it strictly prohibits service members from public demonstrations or protests in uniform. Bottom line, end of story.
Yep.
That is it. So it doesn't matter if I want to march against pedophiles or anything else that you could say, I'm 100% correct. I am right. There's no wrong here. I am right. I can't do that in uniform. If I do that, I'm wrong. Because I'm representing my unit, I'm representing my branch of service, and I'm representing the country. I cannot do protests and things in those aspects. I can't. It is against military regulation.
You get court-martialed and lose rank, too, if you do that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so this is just my opinion as a citizen, but it seems like to me that this was done by this person to try and give his argument legitimacy, because it's like, hey, I'm a Marine, I serve, so that makes my opinion valid. Which is not a good way to go about doing things.
Well, yeah, which is absolutely wrong. So current or retired, I don't know if that guy is still serving or if he's retired. I have no idea. All I know is that the video popped up of him in some kind of like either city council meeting or some courtroom or whatever environment he was in, just loudly protesting the war. And he was speaking to people that don't have the power or authority to do anything about it. Yeah. And so he was wrong in that aspect, because if you're going to address people about a situation, how about you address people that have power over that situation or authority over that situation? Because there is a strong difference between power and authority, because the cashier at the grocery store has the power to tell you that they cannot change the price for you, right? The cashier has the power to tell you they can't change the price because they do not have the authority to change the price. That is a clear demonstration of the difference between power and authority. So this guy going and yelling about the war to people in his hometown, they don't have the authority or even the power to do anything about it. So he was dumb on that part. But as you saw, DOD military regulation prohibits him from doing it in the first place.
Mark, the one thing I want to say is it definitely was not in a town hall or something like that. I don't know exactly where it took place, but it was literally a retired military senator who dragged him out.
Well, no,
So
that guy was a former SEAL.
Former SEAL and senator.
But I mean, so it's my understanding, but and maybe I'm wrong in this, but I thought this was a city council meeting.
Oh, I thought this was, well, I don't, why was there a senator in a city council meeting?
I
think it was bigger than that. I could be wrong, but
I mean, when you look at the number of people in the room, though, there's not a lot of people there. Like, this was not some like major event.
well, let's see what it is.
There's maybe 30 people in the entire room.
Senator Tom Shealy was the one who dragged him out.
But I could be wrong in it being city council, but it's not like this is not like the Congress.
It was during a Capitol Hill hearing. It was a hearing on Capitol Hill.
In the Army Now is top
For
tier.
what?
No, so in the Army Now was a complete skip it. Absolutely. The longest day is top tier. Yes, good. The story is special forces. 13 hours or whatever that was.
What was the meeting for, Ben?
Benghazi.
Inside, it was a hearing inside a Senate office building. I'm trying to find it.
His wife is from Pakistan.
It was a Senate Armed Services hearing. That's what it was. It was a Senate Armed Services hearing. I don't know what that is, but
I don't either. I've never been invited to one of those. But I know for damn sure I can't go there in uniform and fucking protest it because it's against military regulations.
What I'm saying, it wasn't town hall. It did happen in the Capitol building. It was bigger.
Okay.
But I mean, again, like you can see the number of people in that. Like, it's not like I don't know what they were discussing.
Side hearing room, something. Yeah.
Yep. All right, so we are going to move on. I have a list. Here's a order that my list that it's in. Nope, not that one. Sorry.
Nice callback there, Mark.
Thank you.
It goes Reggie, Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie.
Andre from Outkast. Jada Corrupt. Nas and then
me.
And then. We're the freak. I had a thing of all the
Oh, you're doing that. I'm going to say second favorite Eminem song.
No, that's it's absolutely great. It's classic. Yeah. I had saved a thing that showed all the things. Where the fuck did that go? Oh, there we go. I think this is the one. Is it? No? Yes, this is the one. Okay, so there is a big thing to talk about when it comes to current things going on in the military. There's a lot of ads. Please ignore all the ads. I apologize. I have no control over the stupid freaking internet that we're dealing with these days. The internet, all of you guys on screen are old enough to know. So I'm hoping that all of you guys that are watching are old enough to know. The internet used to not be this stupid.
That's
to where
true.
you're constantly seeing ads and shit taking up half your freaking screen over here.
You're on a hell of a stupid website.
Yeah, and then also it used to be that when you would search a thing, you would just get the results for the thing you were searching instead of a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, I also don't know that I would trust the numbers from the website. I'm just going to put that out there.
But so the reason why I picked this one, Ben, is because it has a very clear cut, written in crayons and block letters from yesterday. So it's pretty up to date. So there's the blue dots of friendly, like U.S. Israel those are our launches, and the red dots are launches by Iran when it comes to attacks. And so you've got Oman, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Jordan, Israel, Iraq, Lebanon, Cyprus. So this right here, it says only 4 killed in Kuwait. We just we started out this thing honoring the fallen that there was 6. And so I don't know where the discrepancy lies in here, because we have the names and photos of 6. So
Mark, if you scroll down, it shows 6. The U.S. military. You went too far. Bottom left.
Might have something to do with this source. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean,
Ben, I hear you loud and clear. I'm just saying that out of all the things,
it had a good illustration.
Yes,
I get it.
This is the good illustration that I found.
Well, and also, I do have to push back a little bit, because a lot of the other numbers I'm seeing on screen match the other numbers I've heard from other reports. So I don't think I can really shit on as much as you may like to, but yeah, I think these are fairly accurate.
Yeah. So there is a lot of nonsense going on here, and if anybody is unaware of all the nonsense going on, I'd spent some time and effort clipping together a bunch of videos, and I tried to sum it down in like 5 minutes of all the things and all the stuff. And so take 5 minutes to soak in a lot of what social media is going to tell you about what's going on over there.
Did you know one country falling could shake India, China, and Russia at the same time? That country is Iran, and the map explains everything. Iran quietly supplies 10 to 15% of China's oil, often relabeled through Gulf routes. That's why China signed a 25-year secret energy deal with Tehran. Now imagine this: Iran's regime collapses, and Tehran shifts back under U.S. influence, just like before 1979. Suddenly, the U.S. gains leverage over Iranian oil, the Strait of Hormuz, and West Asian choke points. For India, this is dangerous. Iran is India's land bridge to Armenia and Central Asia. If Iran flips, that corridor breaks, and pressure rises around Pakistan and Kashmir. For China, it's an energy trap. Iran gone means most of China's oil sources are indirectly controlled by the U.S. For Russia, Iran is a southern shield. Lose Iran, lose drones, depth, and regional balance. Iran isn't just a country, it's a domino on the world map. And if it falls, the shockwaves won't stop at its borders.
The U.S. isn't just squeezing Iran, it's quietly checking China. 2 U.S. carrier strike groups, USS Abraham Lincoln and USS Gerald R. Ford, are now positioned near the Middle East. On paper, it's about Iran's nuclear activity. In reality, it's about oil. China burns more than 10 million barrels of oil every single day. Almost half comes from the Middle East, and roughly 20% of global oil moves through one narrow bottleneck, the Strait of Hormuz. If tensions explode, Iran could disrupt that passage. Even the threat alone would spike oil prices, jack up shipping costs, and hit Chinese factories fast. For Washington, pressuring Iran creates leverage over Beijing's energy supply without firing a shot at China directly. For Beijing, it's a trap. Step in and risk escalation, or stay quiet and absorb economic shock. That's the real game unfolding right now.
In the Indian Ocean, and we'll play it on the screen there, an American submarine sunk an Iranian warship that thought it was safe in international waters. Instead, it was sunk by a torpedo. Quiet death. The first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo since World War II. Like in that war, back when we were still the War Department, we are fighting to win.
A U.S. submarine has reportedly destroyed an Iranian frigate with a torpedo in the Indian Ocean near the Sri Lankan coast. According to reports, around 180 sailors were believed to be on board the ship. Sri Lankan authorities say 32 people have been rescued so far, while 80 bodies have been recovered, and about 18 people are still missing. After the attack, the U.S. Secretary of War said with pride that this is the first time since World War II that a torpedo has destroyed a warship. The U.S. has also released a video showing the torpedo hitting the Iranian frigate. This was not the first torpedo kill since World War II. In fact, the first torpedo kill after World War II was achieved by Pakistan in 1971, when the submarine PNS Hangor fired a torpedo and sank the Indian Navy frigate YNS Kukri. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi strongly condemned the attack.
He said the vessel was returning to Iran after participating in a naval exercise in India and had not taken part in the ongoing conflict between the U.S. and Iran. Abbas Araghchi also
Nobody
says
cared.
the vessel, which he describes as a guest of India's Navy, was struck by the U.S. without warning. Araghchi warned that the United States would bitterly regret the precedent it has set.
Shooting stupid.
That fucking idiot almost shot his buddy in the head.
Yep.
Hamza 15 has just been shot down in Kuwait, and it's being attributed to a friendly fire accident. These videos just started surfacing, and this one you'll see in just a second shows the pilot eject, thankfully, with the F-15 on fire in a flat spin heading towards the ground. We have another video much closer showing the pilot descending with his parachute, and then another one with the pilot actually on the ground. He was even put into the back of someone's vehicle here.
Go! Go! Done, 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 done! محمد ارجع يا محمد
Get on your fucking feet.
As soon as he said American, they quit.
Oh, come on. It's okay.
You're fine? Really? You need something to help you? No problem, you're safe. You're safe, you're safe. Everything good? No problem. Thank you for helping us. Everything perfect?
شوف لورا حربية طيارة حربية طيارة حربية شوف
Three different F-15s. Three.
شوف
Got fucking shot down. Wait.
So
hold on.
شوف لورا حربية طيارة حربية طيارة حربية شوف
So, Mark, have you heard any official reports as to what Kuwait's excuse was for this?
No. No.
Okay.
Nope.
So that'd be
Have
really
you ever been to Kuwait? All those rockets they have on the ground, it's all U.S.
Well, that's why it had the technology to take down us.
Yeah.
And that's why it took it out. And second of all, when you go through Kuwait, you actually can see them, all the missile launchers all through Kuwait.
Yeah, I was watching a stream earlier in the week when that was first reported, JD, and the commentator said something to the effect like, "I love when my tax money blows up my tax money."
Yeah. So Raging Cajun said, so to my knowledge, most pilots either have a pistol or like a submachine gun, like an MP5 type, something very compact, right?
Yep.
And so what I think I'm not saying that I know what you're getting at, Raging Cajun, but my instinctual gut reaction when I watched that video and I saw that fucking pilot get on his knees, I was like, I probably would have gotten myself killed right there, because if I got shot down and I landed somewhere and some fucking douchebag started charging at me with a pipe to hit me with it, I would have fucking dropped him, not giving a shit if he had 23 friends around him, and I probably would have gotten killed right there. But this fucking guy got on his knees and was like, I'm American. And they're like, oh, you're American. Okay, cool. And then they left him alone because they didn't know which side he was fighting for. All they knew is that some freaking pilot just landed in their backyard, right?
Yeah.
So they came up like in a very aggressive manner and confronted him, and he went to his fucking knees and said, I don't know if I would have got myself killed, but I have a feeling I would have, because
Mark, so I have a question now. I've seen that video before. Now, it looked like when he was bending down that he was also trying to get his parachute loose from himself. because he's reaching behind himself some as well.
Might have been trying to get to his pistol.
Yeah, I mean, so I can't speculate what all he was trying to do there. It may have also been somewhat some cowardice. I can't really speak to what was happening, but I mean, it does look like he's trying to like untangle himself as well. But anyway,
that was just my hot take on it.
Yeah, I got you. I hear you.
On the positive side, at least the local civilians were to whip that ass until they.
So the locals, once they really comprehended that they were American. So all 3 pilots that got shot down, they ejected. None of them died. We saw the first guy and then the female. I didn't see any videos on the third one.
Yeah.
But so apparently they got helped by people in. But I'll show you this again. See why.
Well, they shot the guy in the back of an SUV. Was that the first guy?
So he just pulled his parachute off of him right now. Well, then he gets down right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm American.
Next time, lead off with that.
I get on my knees for no man. Absolutely fucking.
That's fair.
At the beginning of that thing you showed, it showed a soldier or whatever the back of an SUV, like one of their.
Right. Yeah. He was the one they put in his trunk so they could drive him somewhere and whatnot. So they helped him out. After he got on his knees and pleaded that he was an American, and then they helped him out. So that's why I'm saying that I might have gotten myself killed if I was in that situation, but we'll never know because I'm not getting on my knees for no man. I only know one God, and that's the only person I get on my knees and pray to. There's only one God, and
that's it.
Absolutely not. But anyways, it was a thing for me.
I hear you.
Oh, goodness gracious. There's a lot going on when it comes to what's going on in the world. I tried to clip together a lot of the little clips that you would see on social media with the torpedo thing and all the rockets being launched between the countries, all the trade-offs going on with the rockets being launched and all the destruction and fucking craziness going on with Iran, Israel, us, on all the surrounding countries. We've got a lot of military bases over there and embassies and whatnot. Like JD, you were talking about earlier about being in Kuwait. I've gone through Kuwait probably 4 or 5 times because every time I went through Afghanistan, I didn't always stop in the same places. But I went through Ali Al Salim and other places multiple times.
I was there and I spent almost a year and a half, more than that, but 1.5 years straight in Kuwait near Burian. That was 2019. And then, of course, 2003, 2009. So.
Right.
Yep.
But one thing I did do is, so as as someone who, I'm still in the reserves, but my full-time civilian job working for the Army as a GS, civilian Army employee, I had HRC send me an email saying that they were looking for civilians to deploy. And so I filled out a request for deployment form, sent it to my supervisor. He signed off on it right away, telling me that I'd be a great asset to any position. And so I've got to get the 06 to sign off on it. And then we'll see if there's a spot that Big Army wants to put me in, because this week I filled out the request for deployment form to go over there and be an asset.
Okay.
Okay.
Did your base status go to Bravo? Mine went to Bravo instead of Alpha.
I don't know yet. I have to wait. I have to wait till it comes back from my 06 equivalent, and see if Big Army wants to look at me and my record, because I went to basic training in October 2006, so I'm about to hit 20 years, and I've got a lot of combat on my jacket, a lot of mental health things going on, and so I don't know if they're gonna let me go. But if they're gonna let me go, I signed up to go.
Are you? Okay. Would you be deploying as active then, or a reservist, or would you be deploying as civilian?
I signed up to deploy as a civilian, as a guy that goes over there, with
as support,
a beard and khaki cargo pants and a button-up shirt and
he could be attached to a unit. People don't realize that you can be a civilian attached to a unit if you're
yes,
reserve.
that too.
That's how kind of they do it.
So any position that they put me in to where I can help with base operations, whether it's logistics or security or anything like that, I signed up and said, put me in.
It's like me, like it sort of be like what Mark's going to do. Like me, I work for the Department of Defense.
Yeah.
But any place in the world, I can be attached to all 6 armed forces. It'd be Coast Guard, Space Force, and of course all our normal military units. I just go where they tell me to go.
Yeah.
So,
how did that conversation go with the wife?
She said that if it's something that I think I really want to do, then she'll support it, and she knows that she can handle things back in the home while I'm gone.
There you go.
So you're going to get deployed to the Marshall Islands. The whole family can live here. Because right now we're here right now that since we went to Bravo status instead of Alpha, they're going to start doing live fire soon. So that's going to be like a pretty cool event here with all those missiles going on.
Yeah, true story.
Hey, Mark, going back to the last video, one thing that's telling to me is that the Kuwaitis apparently don't have a problem with us, because as soon as they figured out it was us, then they're like, "Oh, okay."
Oh no, they love Americans. Kuwaitis love Americans.
Kuwait would not be Kuwait without us.
That's true.
Yep.
But I mean, like,
they were literally invaded and taken over, and we took the country back and just went, "Here you go. Here's your country back."
Well,
so, I'll give you a tidbit. Their money, right? When we had the first Desert Storm, their money was worthless. Now their dollar is almost 4 to 1. 4 U.S. dollars make one of their Kuwaiti dollars. That tells you how powerful they became.
I was framing things in an obvious way, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is, like, there's this narrative that we keep hearing here in the West.
Oh, that we're hated by everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's all I was trying to point out, is that, like,
I even have a Kuwaiti driver license.
Yeah.
I have a United Air Image driver license. I have a European Union driver license. Until I get deployed, I get the local stuff so that I can be local without any problems.
Right on. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, and like, this is the point I've made over and over again this week. Is like, you can feel however you want to feel if you live in California or Chicago or whatever commie state you live in. But here's the fucking thing, though, is that you're just wrong, because the Iranian people are celebrating. So you can feel however you want to feel, but you're wrong. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, when they're celebrating,
I mean, LA right now is a big party. What we call it? What do they call that? Instead of LA, it's Iran LA or something like that. There's some weird name they call it over there. There's so many Iranian people in LA.
What's up, Jesse? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, like, around the globe, our Iranians are celebrating. So clearly, yeah,
right.
I can tell you right now, Middle East food is good. I can tell you that much. At least I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kill the land. Right. It's good. Shish kebab.
All right, I'm gonna check back on the poll before I close out the poll. So right now, it's 39% Army Coast Guard, 28% Navy Marines, and Space Force, Air Force 17%. Other countries' military is tied at 17%. And so other countries' military and Air Force, Space Force are both tied at 17%. Navy Marines is trying to catch up to the Army. They're in second place. But tonight, so far, it's looking like Army Coast Guard is taking it away. with the poll of which military branch is supporting the hardest, the strongest. Greatly appreciate all you guys voting in that poll. We're gonna close it out here in a few minutes. We're gonna close out the poll. We're gonna play taps. We're gonna cut off the live, but I want to give a few minutes to where if anybody else in the chat or anybody else on the panel wants to bring up anything else that's going on in current military news, as well as when it comes to people that are currently serving, because there's a lot of people that are currently serving. Give your status update. Give us a sit rep. You know, like right now, I told you guys my sit rep. I started out with that. I told you guys what I'm dealing with and what it came across my desk, and I said, Roger that, sign me up, put me in, coach. I'll go out and do whatever I can do, because what I sent to my supervisor is that I've got 4 Afghanistan deployments in my belt, and I know that no matter where you put me, I'm going to be a fucking asset to the people that are going over there now in this younger generation who's never been on a two-way range before. So if you put me in logistics, supply, base security, it doesn't matter where you put me. I'm gonna help out all the people within my sphere of influence and make them better warfighters. I'm just gonna do that. And so if I can sign up and do that, I'm gonna do it. And so I signed up.
Yeah, man.
What's going on with you and yours? If you've got people deployed, if you've got people that are currently serving, let us know about it and give us that that pulse. Give me that sit rep on what's going on with you and yours. I want to take your rumor of the shortage of U.S. missiles and other ordnance. I am not tracking anything about a shortage of U.S.
They're saying that, but beyond the Raytheon and all the Lockheed Martin, they're making them left and right, dude. Come on, trust me. I hear all the time we're getting shipped thousands and thousands of here locally to me all the time. So it's being
I think that I agree with JD. That's
shortage compared to what?
Yeah.
My father
we have to have
gone down in Vietnam. Jesse, Roger that. We shared a Medal of Honor recipient story from Vietnam earlier, and so this month, the month of March, was the anniversary of the first soldiers' boots on ground in Vietnam. So lots of history with this month in Vietnam, and one of the biggest objectives, one of the biggest firefights or missions, whatever you call it, happened in the month of March. So lots of stuff going on in Vietnam in the month of March.
Can I give a quick sit rep?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, real simple. I know 2 badasses. They're both on screen. One's helping the DOD. One just signed up to go over fucking seas if we need them to. And, this sit rep right here, this whole section is due to an AAR last month. And I appreciate it. And I see it. And I just want to say that anybody serving our country should be called out, thanked. JD, Mark, to you.
Sounds like I need another pour is what it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll give you a tidbit about me. I've been married to my wife for 20 years. I've been with total time with my wife about maybe 6 years. I did 9 years in Iraq straight.
Yep.
I did 6 years in Dubai. I did 3 years in Lithuania. Now I'm in Marshall Islands. I volunteer for this stuff. I don't have to do this shit. I came out of retirement because I got bored. And then, of course, Poland, Kuwait, Slovakia, Slovenia, Germany. I've been all of those places for the military. I volunteered, and my wife accepts it. But
yeah,
she doesn't mind.
Cheers to our boys and freaking Red, man. Yeah.
Red, remember everybody deployed. That was one of the key things I even brought up last night.
All active. Be safe, man.
So Ben from the North says that his cousin's son is finishing training station in Edmonton military base. He's 19 or 20 in California. Dude, awesome. So Ben from the North, he's got his cousin's son who's just getting through basic training. That's awesome.
So how many years was that in American years?
I'd just like to say, JD,
the currency works different. The years don't work.
I'd like to say, JD.
Come on, that was funny.
Thank you for everything you've done. But on top of it, Your wife is as much of a hero as you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
My wife is. Well, my wife is not American, so first of all, thank God. Otherwise, I've been divorced like 50 times, like a military person would be. And
It
and
doesn't
also,
matter.
she's from Poland.
The heart of her.
Oh yeah, dude, my wife respects me 100%. She says, as long as I don't cheat on my wife, which I never have, take care of my wife, my family, my daughter. They have everything. She says you can stay away, come home, whatever you need. It's on you. You decide for the family, which I respect that.
Well, that's dude, JD. That's the same thing my wife does. She's like, if you think that's the best thing, then go do it. I'll take care of the house while you're gone. Like, she doesn't even pretend to tell me what to do. Not even pretend.
My wife said if I'm getting employed to the Marshall Islands, she's coming to the Marshall Islands, which is fine because it's going to be free for her. She can stay here, all free food. She can stay up to 90 days if she wants for free. The military will pay for it, or the government will pay for it, not military.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's
going to happen.
Bourbon
Behind
Taster.
every great man, there's a great woman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bourbon Taster, hit me up. Instagram.
I can put you
Bourbon on
to. I
Instagram.
can connect you to.
So northwestbourbon@gmail.com, northwestbourbon@gmail, or northwestbourbon on Instagram. Either way, hit me up.
Also,
And
Bourbon
if
Taster.
not, I can help connect you.
Oh, Bourbon, yeah, that too. You
Also-
can send them. You can send them my personal number. It's fine.
Okay.
Also, Bourbon Taster, we will be offline here in a little while.
Yes, we will be
come
offline
back.
here.
Come in
a
the
while.
back room. So Mark, my birthday is this month.
So right now we are just under 3 minutes away from hitting that 2-hour mark. Not like that's significant or meaningful in any capacity, but I will tell you that we are going to close out with taps, and tonight we're going to close out with taps played from the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. As someone who has been there, I've been there personally at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and it's definitely something that everybody has to see. It is beautiful. I literally cried probably 3 times while I was there. One of them is because this freaking lady behind me with her daughter in the wheelchair. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they did to be able to shoot this video because there's nobody there, and the cinematography and like the video quality, all that stuff is great. And I'm like, if they are there 24 hours a day doing their thing, what the hell did they do to be able to shoot this video? I don't know. But love this video of taps from the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. But I'm going to tell you guys, as Veterans Whiskey Club, Warriors and Whiskey, check out the links that I put in the video description. There are Facebook groups, there are Instagram groups. Check out their website. They do a great job trying to connect veterans all around the world so that us as veterans have other veterans that we can communicate and connect with. Because, like I said before, our previous generations would get out of their house and go to the VFWs and the American Legions and things like that. Our generation doesn't do that. We sit at home on the fucking internet and play Call of Duty. And so that's why we've got to support and help spread things like this. The Veterans Whiskey Club live stream we do every day, and the Veterans Whiskey Club and Warriors and Whiskey groups that they're doing on other social media, Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that. Get everybody that you know involved so that they have someone else to talk to. Because like we talked about earlier with the 22 a day, a lot of that is they don't feel like they have someone else that gives a shit or knows what they went through or that cares. And in this environment, all of those things are false. There's people that have gone through similar things, and there's people that give a shit, and there's people that care. All you have to do is come, pull up a bar stool, and come hang out and chat with us. End of story.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
This is cool. Looking forward to the next one. Absolutely. Wheelchair use. Yeah. It's ADA compliant. This online platform is ADA compliant. Absolutely.
It is.
And Mark, I just want to say again, like, you don't have to be a veteran for this to work for you.
No, that's absolutely true.
I'm not, and this community has literally saved my life. So yeah, the great group of people here. I've had some very real conversations with some of you, Mark being one of them. And yeah, like this community's just fucking rocks, man. Yeah, if you're going through some shit, you should hang out with us. We'll help you get through it.
And
well said,
also,
Sean.
I can say from Sean is like when we go behind the scenes, we can talk personally and we can get more open-minded if you're not comfortable with telling the world your story.
You know, JD, yeah, true story. We're about to go to the backstage. We're going to be back there drinking for a while in the backstage, uncut, unfiltered, nothing recorded. And the most important part is what goes on in the backstage stays in the backstage.
Yep.
So if you want to join the backstage and have some conversations offline, either hit me up on Instagram or Gmail, or just join the backstage and come on and talk to us.
On the backstage, that's where this comes in, right here.
There is nothing cool. There is nothing cool about holding all your emotions in until you blow your brains out. There's nothing.
That's true. Yeah, and everybody on screen right now, I think, has seen me cry multiple times in the backstage. All right, guys, we're going to cut it off the live stream. Thanks for being here. This is the March 2026 Veterans Whiskey Club live stream. Reach out to those that are not here right now and encourage them to come next month, because we're going to do it again next month. I appreciate you guys being here. And we are going to close out with taps as soon as I figure out. Oh, wait, hold on. I got to close out the poll. Hold what you got.
Also, are we doing AAR or no?
I thought we did. Did we not do the AAR?
Well, you did kind of the new sit rep. What's happening?
Okay, so does anybody have any after action review notes? If we're going to do this again next month,
Mark, put the link on. William Hall's asking for the link.
It's pinned.
I can't. I'm on a phone. I can't. It doesn't show. It doesn't show my phone.
I got it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, my phone, it doesn't show the link at all. So
it's at the top of the chat.
I got it, Mark. I got it handled.
Right. So does anybody else have any after action review? What we should do or not do next month?
Drink less.
I just want to say respect for taking the AR last month and turning it into a segment this month.
Yeah, there you go.
I think we need more GI Boogie.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think JD has a good suggestion. I just don't think it's ever going to happen.
What's up, JD?
Drink less, but that's not going to happen though. Come on.
Oh yeah. Oh goodness! So we're going to close out. So everybody that's still here with us live, we're going to close out the poll right now. Which branch is representing the strongest tonight? Army with Coast Guard is representing strong tonight, 38%. Navy Marines, 29%. Air Force, Space Force, 16%. Still tied with other countries' military. Other countries' military is still at 16%. Great show. I'm ending the poll right now, so you guys can see that in the chat. Absolutely great representation tonight. Very cool that Air Force and other countries' military has stayed tied almost all night. Navy and Marines have been trying to catch up with the Army all night, but Army came through strong tonight. Goodness.
They did.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. All right, so we're going to close out with taps. I hope you guys have a great rest of your month. Appreciate you guys being here. It means a lot to me, because I wouldn't do this if you guys weren't here. I'd be just talking to myself, and that's not fun.
There you go.
We appreciate you being that conduit that lets us be here.
Mark, I'm going to counter that. I think you would do it even if we weren't here, because you were doing it for vets.
Yeah, he would. He did it before this.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
I think Ben is correct in that.
All right, good night, guys. Be a good influence on those within your sphere of influence.